Yo, welcome to the Big Take. I'm your host, John Red, here to bring you the biggest take in professional open bodybuilding news. And tonight we have our first ever guest on the Big Take, and he's also big, 255 pounds big. In the off season now, he's the number 8 best bodybuilder in the world on the planet until proven otherwise. We'll find that out in 2025 because he will not be in 24. So first and foremost, I just want to thank you for giving your boy this opportunity. It means a whole lot. I know I've told you that probably a few times, maybe one too many, but most importantly, how are you doing and how's the family?
Oh man, we're good. I said they're loving the break too. So,
Oh yeah. Now, how many kids do you have?
oh man, so my woman she has 4, and then I have 2 boys. So,
Nice. Y'all got a
yeah.
y'all got a whole gang.
Oh yeah, we got a football squad.
Yeah. So do they beat you down as much as my kids beat me down? I got a 5 and a 2.5-year-old, and it's just mentally and physically they beat me down.
Yeah, I was like that, or a lot of running around, right?
Man, tell you what. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way, but whew, it's a lot.
Oh
So,
yeah,
and how old now? Your boy, he's in football, right? How old is he?
yeah. He's a freshman, so he's getting ready. He's
Oh
15 right now.
goodness,
Well, both of them are 15.
nice. So, what
Yeah.
position is he playing right now?
He plays receiver and he plays cornerback as well.
Nice. And what did you play?
I was running back in DB.
Nice. So, before we get into some other stuff, let's go ahead and hit the elephant in the room. As I'm sure everybody knows that you pulled out of the 2024 Mr. Olympia, and there's been a lot of different feelings on it. Some people are pissed off because they want to see you in there, and that's great. Some people feel like you owe them an explanation and that it was too close to the show to pull out. And then some people are just like, okay, makes sense. Go do what you got to do. Get big, come back even better. So I'll give you the floor so you can just clear the air on all that talk that's going on out there as far as why you pulled out and what your plans are for the near future.
Man, appreciate you. So actually, after Olympia last year, Justin was talking about going to off season
Mm-hmm.
because since I've been competing with the 2 other coaches that I've had, I've never taken a break.
Uh-huh.
So from 2021 to now, I've done 14 shows, or Olympia this year would have been 14.
Ah,
So I love competing,
yeah, of
but
course.
each year, each show, it's always been get a little bigger, get a little bigger, get a little bigger, and when we went to Cal this past time, same judge from when I was in Brazil. So
Mm-hmm.
we actually had a talk, and I got my feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And we cleared the air too because once he told me how he felt, then I seen it from his side to why it sounded disrespectful me saying the judges,
Uh-huh.
whatever. But he said he gave it to him because of his size, that he was
Mm-hmm.
bigger,
Yep.
which is open men's bodybuilding. So
Yep.
size does matter, fair.
Yep. Yep.
And so when he told me that, it was okay. You know what? It's time. So after Cal, or while we were doing Cal ended. We weren't thinking going into Olympia. It was, let's go off season.
Yep.
And I was against it at first. Like Justin literally had to tell me like over and over and over. And then my opposing coach Joey, he had to, talk to me and my boy Quinn just about what, going into off season, what we can do coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And if I think about all the feedback that judges giving me, it's all been size. But if I keep my shape, my structure, my waist tight, come with the same conditioning, come a little bigger, ain't nobody in the open fucking with us.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, 100%.
yeah,
A
so at
hundred
that point
percent.
it was, let's we're talking about off season then. And then it wasn't until probably around my birthday in June. Yeah, about the end of June, so beginning of July, um, we decided to go off season.
Mm-hmm.
And so since Cal, I haven't been running anything. We've just been, strictly off.
Yep.
The health phase.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then I reached out to a few of the judges and told them that I was thinking about going all season, send it out. They wanted to know why.
Uh-huh.
And once I told him, we just want to get bigger. And then he was like, well, how much bigger? Said I told him I wasn't thinking about shows until 270, until I hit 270. And
Okay. Okay. Look, I
the
was
feedback was,
wondering what the target weight was. Okay.
oh yeah, it's 270. But I actually got some videos that I was going to post today where I'm 260,
Oh, you so
and
you,
it
so
looks,
I lied at the beginning when I said 255.
well, no, because that was my last
Yeah,
update,
yeah,
so you
yeah,
know
yeah.
what
Of
I
course.
mean.
I'm being
But
facetious.
um, and once I post it, it will may start to make more sense. Like, damn, coming bigger. But
Hmm.
the feedback from that was, don't chase the numbers on the scale.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
absolutely.
what he means is complement what we already have. Build muscle density. And he said that we don't need much of it. Just bring more thickness in your hamstrings and your chest, and you'll be good.
Hmm.
And so, to be told you're a good off season away from, being an Arnold champ, from, being top 5 at the Olympia, it's like, why not take that time now then?
Yeah,
So people think
makes complete
we just
sense.
pulled out. We've known already. The judges have known 12, 14 weeks out already.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
known fact.
So we
Yeah.
just,
So
and people who
did you
go ahead.
did you did you wait till 4 weeks out just because you're like, tell him, or did you want to kind of build up a little bit of suspense and then once it comes you just drop the hammer, or was it just
No,
like out of sight out of mind, like, okay, I'm not, let the people know now?
I mean, honestly, bro, I knew it was going to be a letdown to a lot of people,
Yeah,
and I might care about the fans of bodybuilding think more than what I should.
yeah,
So
well,
it wasn't just something I could easily be like, "Hey, you guys, I'm not doing it. Peace out." You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but bodybuilding is a completely different animal as opposed to any other sport like basketball or football, because in basketball or football, if you take a season off, it's going to be to your detriment because you have to get out there and actually get real game reps. You know what I mean?
Right,
But bodybuilding is a completely different story. I mean, a lot of people have taken a year off. Holland's Head took a year off. Fitzwater took a year off, and you said that Brandau also he took a year off also.
right,
And
right,
if you're prone to growing and you need to sit down on it and grow it. Like you said, it's open bodybuilding, so let's make it open and then come back stronger. Like it makes pretty obvious sense to me. You know what I mean?
right. And
Yeah.
that's why I think people were upset, thinking, oh, he dropped out at 4 or 5 weeks out. It wouldn't have made a difference, to keep going, to the end of Olympia. But it was like it wouldn't make much of a difference to put on size either. And
Yep.
that's what I keep getting is size. So if I already, and like I said, respect to Rafa, I like his physique. But if I
Hmm.
already lost to this dude because of size,
Yeah.
I'm not going to get much bigger when he's been off, you know what I mean, growing all the way since April. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I started now in May.
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? So I'm playing this game where everyone that I lost to this year, I don't care who it is,
Okay.
I plan on coming back the following year and never losing to them again. You
That's
know what I mean?
yeah.
I want it to be where when I'm stepping in doing the show and Nick is stepping in doing the show, it's like, oh shit,
Hmm.
who's gonna win this?
Yep.
Because let's be honest, New York Pro, that was like, okay, Nick is taking this one. No matter who's
Hmm.
jumping in, Nick was getting it.
Yep.
So I want to change that. And, you know what I mean? So I do want to do Arnold Brazil again.
Yep. Yeah.
Because I'm getting he's
Got to go
running
get
from
that lick
people.
back.
Yeah, oh yeah, always. You know what I mean? Where I'm from, we always get our get back. So
Yeah. Yeah. So do
I
you
can't
have
let that one slide.
So it's 270. Like once I'm at 270, then I'll start looking at shows, pro qualifiers, or do you have any kind of date set in your head or a show set in your head that you'd like to return to get that qualification back?
So I think depending on when we hit 270, because I don't want to hit it and then just pull down. We
Yeah.
want to let that
You want
muscle
to hold
marinate.
it. Yeah, you gotta
Right.
hold it so it doesn't disappear when you start cutting down. Yeah, I get it.
Exactly. And then like I usually stay lean year round. I don't know what it is,
Yeah,
but
lucky you.
yeah, it's crazy. Like those pictures, the pictures I've been posting, you get some pages I won't mention, said I was looking out of shape. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, the conditioning I have now will beat, a lot of the open guys going to Olympia.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And I
you
imagine
know,
can you get into contest shape pretty quickly or quicker
oh
than
yeah.
most?
Yeah, when we did Arnold Brazil, we didn't plan on doing that show. I had went to Brazil with Dragon,
Hmm.
and while we were out there, he had mentioned, "Hey, I want you. We're thinking about you doing the Brazil, Arnold
Hmm.
Brazil." And then I'm like, all right, let me ask my coach. And he was like, yeah, we'll cover everything. So coach
For
said,
sure.
yeah. Yeah, right. Coach said, yeah. And we had a month and 6 weeks to get ready for
Mm-hmm.
that show. So we were trying to go off season after Olympia.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon asked a favor. We did it. 6 weeks we prepped for that show.
Yeah, you know they had a lot to offer in Brazil now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And man, I will say the energy in Brazil is different.
Yeah, it seemed
Like
like it.
it's I would if we can have all the fans in Brazil go to Olympia, it'll be way different.
They shut it down, huh?
Yeah, it'll 100%. Like I can't explain it, but like when I walked on stage at Brazil, I forgot my posing routine.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? And it's just so many people. They're so loud. They're cheering. They're yelling. It's just like it's wild. Like
And
it's
you
dope.
do you prefer that? Yeah. Okay. You said it's dope. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's one thing and that's why the confusion started because I said they're wild, and with that language barrier, they heard wild animals.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why all that started. But truthfully, though, like we need that energy here. I think
Yeah. Yep.
bodybuilding will skyrocket if we had that same energy here. But
Yeah.
as far as going back out there and wanting to compete, hell yeah, I want to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
For shows lined up, if we can get this 270 in time or more, then I want to do the Arnold, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do Dubai, and then I want to do Olympia. I also want to do New York again, and I want to be
Yeah.
able to call out Nick.
And look, I want to get to New York in a minute, but did you watch the Dubai Pro? Did you get the stream and
Oh
stuff?
yeah, I've seen that.
And it was real quality. Like even like
Mm-hmm.
the music and everything around it. I mean, you know, Dubai and stuff in the Middle East when it comes to sports, just like when they put on boxing events, they always make sure that they cross their T's, dot their I's. You know what I mean? They
Right.
really take everybody into account and give their all. But yeah, Dubai Pro, that was a really, really, really good show. I'm sure that
Oh
would be
yeah.
fun. A
And
fun one to jump in.
speaking of Dubai, I was hoping Beirut's made it.
Yeah.
If he was able to make it to Olympia, I definitely would have had him in that top 5, top 6.
Yeah. So real quick, since we said top 5, top 6, who do you? What is your predictions for top 5 right now?
Just throwing out names. I'll go Derek,
Mm-hmm.
Hadi, Nick,
Mm-hmm.
Simpson,
Mm-hmm.
and Andrew.
Yeah, I have the same one. I have the same top 5. It's that top 5 is really interesting because I feel like Samson. I've seen his updated pictures, and it looks like he's really coming into himself. Pause again, and you know, and then you see Hadi. Like, come on, you see Derek. Like it's crazy because everybody. I mean, I know like Nick, Hadi, and Derek are similar stature wise, but everybody's completely different. You know,
Right. Yeah.
completely different.
It looks like when Hadi did his update of his back, and he started doing that thing with his arm or whatever, and he was saying it was done. When he did that update, I was just like, damn.
Yeah, I like the energy that Hadi brings, like
Oh
that. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like it's kind of evil, and I like. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And that's what we need.
Yep.
A lot of people, I feel like, as bodybuilders, we're told we have to be this humble, gentle giants and all this shit. But it's like, man,
No other sport is like
humble
that.
shit. Yeah, it only gets you so far. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be liked by many. Don't get me wrong, but people think they could talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, yeah,
And now I just get back at them.
yeah.
I mean? So,
Look. I see you in the. I see you. You'll set up a post. You let it ride. You let everybody put their stuff in, and then you double back a few years later, and ding, ding. And it's the funny thing is when you call people out and they're like, oh man, biggest fan, can't believe you replied. You know what I mean?
right.
That's always the funniest. There was one in particular that I saw. Some young kid said something crazy, and then your response was, your studio is your shower. Do you remember that dude that was rapping in the bathroom?
Yeah.
I looked at that comment. I was like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Your studio is your shower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's funny. After that dude actually started following me.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you're a troll and somebody gets back at you like that, especially effectively, you got to respect it. You know what I mean? You got to respect it. it's almost like, and this is kind of a exaggeration, but let's say they got two guys in high school, middle school, whatever, and they have an issue with each other. Maybe one of them's picking on each other, and then they get in a fight. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They do, and they both realize he's willing to go there, and then they become friends afterwards. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
So I mean, if you can give it, take it. You know what I mean? Sometimes that brings people together. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Which is
That,
pretty
that,
cool.
that and that happens more often too, where they talk their shit. I'll pop my shit a little bit, and then next thing you know, they follow me, and then they attacking other trolls. Now we teammates, so I mean, I like it though. I like engaging with the fans, bro, and that's why I felt like coming out and talking to people, because you get some pages, like the one I was said I wouldn't mention,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
that dude was going off,
yeah,
and at
yeah,
first I didn't care, but then when it turned into now you're attacking my coach, talking about he thinks he's this guru and he's trying to control everything, and I have to ask him to go use the bathroom and shit like that. It's like, at the end of the day,
I
I'm a
didn't even
grown
get
ass
to
man
that
now.
part. Goodness.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
now you disrespecting me as a man now. And we even reached out to him, like, hey, you coming a little too, sideways,
Mm-hmm.
pipe down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my coach was like, yo, leave him alone because he's just getting more and more ignorant about it.
Yep.
And I watched his video, and everything he was saying, I'm like, yo, this dude sounds like a bitter fucking girlfriend who you didn't communicate with.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty odd, and I hope and I imagine that it's for, because clickbait stuff sells, yada yada. If you go on there, it's not going to be as attractive necessarily to the audience if you're just like, hey, completely
Right,
support
right.
it. So regardless, I'm not a fan of it, but hopefully at least it came from that place, because if you really do genuinely feel that way, that's a little bit weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking, because I mean, the way I'm raised is I'm never gonna tear the next man down to be, make myself be better.
Yeah. Yeah.
We taught to just go be better. So
Yep.
when you're using that to someone you say was a friend and you're a fan of, but you're gonna use it to get likes and exposure, like, dude, I
Yeah. Yeah.
mean, people like that, we don't mess with them. People
Yeah. Yeah.
pleasers,
Yeah.
them some dangerous people. You know what I mean? So we keep our distance. So I didn't reach out. I didn't say nothing like I wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
I know you're itching to get back when people get out of
oh man,
fight. Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that pretty early on. I was like, look, after a show had happened, you post something, and I'm looking at the comments. I'm like, man, this dude is really getting at him. You know what I mean? And, to
I
each
mean, you
his own.
can't.
Some people like to just not, and just for the small amount, everything is perspective of comments that I get on my stuff. You know what I mean? Especially since I'm so
Hmm.
early in the game, I like to look at everything, respond to everything, even if it's bad. And here's the thing about what I do. Why there's part of me, somebody might say something and I'll talk to my wife. I'm like, this motherfucker. You know what I mean? But usually I'll be like, LOL, yada yada. But the worst thing people have said to me on that is like, you don't know anything about bodybuilding. You know?
Right, right.
Okay. Say if okay, I don't know nothing about bodybuilding. If that's the worst thing anyone ever says to me, then I'm doing well. And then on your side, this is what you do. Like, you are a bodybuilder. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Like, I've just been a bodybuilding fan since I was very young. My daddy was into it, so we watched the Olympias ever since I was like in the first grade. So I just kept
Right.
up with that, and you just see it all the time, and then you developed a point of view, by what people say and what you see. But at the end of the day, I'm not an expert. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
right.
yeah, I mean, I completely get it. Uh, so I know you have to. You got to have a set. What are you working out? You said you have a session as far as training at
Oh
7.
yeah, yeah. Just a training session. One of my boys is competing in 2 weeks here at the Legion Sports Fest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so the end of preps is when shit get rough. I mean, the people
Yeah,
pushing you.
yeah. So I want to. This is a question that I like to ask. Anybody that I respect that's competitive, and that likes sports. So first, your top 3 athletes of all time. Any sport, not athlete as like physically athlete, but just basketball player, for whatever. Your top 3 of all time.
Oh, whew.
Any
Let's
sport.
say I'll have to go with Ray Lewis.
Okay.
Um, I'll have to go with Tyrone Wheatley. He was my favorite running back when I first got started into it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my athletes, football. That was what got me out of my my bullshit. So I
Yeah.
looked up to a lot of football players, and
Mm-hmm.
can't think of his name. He never made it. No, he did play a season in the league, but he got in a lot of trouble just because of his background. I'm trying to think of his name. I
Mm-hmm.
know he went to Miami State or Miami University,
Mm-hmm.
but outside of that, I have to go with Jerry Rice
Nice.
for
So
as far as that goes. But
you're football through and through.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
First love as far as all sports.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play
Football
anything
was
else?
I mean, when it came to football, it was like where I'm at in Reno, going to Hug High School. It's where all the inner city kids were at,
Mm-hmm.
right? This was
Yep.
what they called the hot zone,
Mm-hmm.
and so when we had our games, businesses will actually close down. Our
Oh.
games were sold out. You know what I mean?
Oh, so
So
it was
because
wild at those games.
right for us, this is all or nothing. You know what I mean? We're not gonna get a scholarship for academics. Like
Mm-hmm.
Hug was known. They called Hug Thug High School.
Thug High
You know
School
what I mean?
instead of
So
Hug.
yeah, yeah. We just recruited 5-star athletes. But people were betting on our games. And then it would tell
Yeah.
us that they're betting on our games.
Yeah.
So now you got that pressure on you too. So I mean, football was just you either did football or you were in the game.
Okay. And
So
and
that's why it's just, it was a lifesaver.
yeah, and hopefully at some point I can get you on here at another time because I really want to talk about your background because I think it's super interesting, especially in this sport. And I think that it'd be interesting for a lot of people to hear, and I'd like to hear it.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
last question, top three bodybuilders all time.
Phew. Let's go Jay, Dexter, and well, that's a toss
Not
up.
gonna put Ronnie in there.
You know what? I was gonna say Ronnie, but I'm like, dang him. Or, yeah,
You
we'll
just
go with
mean
Ronnie. I mean, he's definitely the best. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. And this is and when I say they have two different like best, they have favorites and then just who you think is getting the W. You know what I
right,
mean?
right. But yeah, now yeah. So you got Jay, Dexter, Ronnie, all the
That,
way.
that was a good era.
Yeah, I don't
Man,
think
I
there's
love
nothing like it. You know what I
that's
mean?
when I
So
got like into it when Ronnie was winning and Jay came back, like saw '09 Jay live. It was wild. I saw Dexter when he beat Jay that year. Dexter just came in huge. I mean, phew,
and these
good
are
night.
all athletes who took a break and came back and won.
Yeah. I think the majority, I mean, 14 shows,
Right.
it's time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And that
Yeah.
was nothing too, just to clear up. There's no health issues.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, he was just throwing out health because we haven't taken a break.
Yeah. And it's
No blood
always
work
something
issues.
that should be important, should
Right,
be at the
right.
forefront. Absolutely.
And that's what we're saying. Why do we have to take a break when a health issue comes? Why not just stay ahead of it like we've been?
It's
And
exactly right. Even if the blood work is good, it's still a good idea to take a break.
right. So it
100%.
feels good. Like I said, we're not, pinning anything. We're taking nothing but vitamins, and my weight's still going up. I still
Nice.
look, lean. So it's like, if we don't need to do it, why?
Yeah.
I prefer it this way. I fucking hate pinning.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet that sucks.
Yo, if I miss it, because usually it's in the mornings, right? So if I
Yep.
don't do it, I'm like, I'll just get it next time.
Yeah. When it happens,
Yeah, it's bad.
man, that's
But
crazy.
no, yeah. So yeah, everything's healthy. Everything's good. Still in the gym, pushing hard. I
Perfect.
got more videos dropping out, and then yeah, we're just taking a break. My boy's in football. My other one's boxing. So
Okay. Yeah, that's fire.
oh yeah, he got the other side of me.
He got hands. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. And I mean, I'm a huge boxing fan. UFC, I mean, there's more UFC fights available. So obviously I watched that more, but I mean, boxing, I mean, when Mayweather was going through, I mean, I used
Oh
to get
yeah,
fucked up. Yeah, I keep up with boxing like big time. Yeah, I love boxing.
I was like Mayweather's actually a reason why my whole personality switched a little bit on social media.
Ah, yeah.
Because he said it. He said, everybody needs a bad guy. He goes, and they made me that. So I'll play the part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here
Go
you
ahead
go.
and take care of it. Man, that's perfect. Well, look, I know it's 4 minutes till game time for you. Good luck to your boy at the show coming up in 2 weeks, and best of luck to you. I hope everything goes well this off season. I hope everything goes well with the kids, with the fam. And again, thank you massively for coming on this platform, even though technically I'm on your platform. And hopefully we can do this again. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anytime. Anytime.
All right, well, handle your business, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
I talk to you.
All right, peace.